I'll just kind of keep going back. If I can get it to start going. Okay. Smile. Thanks. And
thanks for coming tonight to support Habitat for Humanity. This is a fundraiser for them. So that's a great show. At the show earlier today, I made an announcement. Please turn off your cell phone. 5 minutes into the show, somebody's cell phone rang. So I've already notified all your friends to call you in 15 minutes on your cell phone. So you're going to get caught if your phone's not off. So please don't put them on vibrate. Turn them off. There is an intermission halfway through, so don't leave. So, and if you want to make a contribution, if you want to write a check, please write it out to Creator Lutheran and then earmark it for Habitat for Humanity. And then we have refreshments at the intermission. And you can change seats at intermission if you don't mind what you say. Thank you. Good show.
Oh, we need a Guido. But a Guido, a sounded too much like a fruit and veggie guy, I protested. Precisely, he said. You see, you're not so dumb as you look. The human soul, he said, is a lot like a banana. On the outside, oh, it seems to be a tough and a rubbery. But on the inside, oh, those are human screws easy. They needed a tender touch of a Guido. Trust me. Well, when my God said, trust me, that's good enough for me. This is a pretty good tool here. Try it. Loaded with the potassium. So, there you have it, huh? Oh, and do they know who I am here? No. Who's going to believe me? How that I be an angel? A name of a Guido. Maybe it's better they don't know. That way, they don't get scared, and I can be with them in every season of their lives.
I want you to say Mama. Come on, let's hear it. Mama.
What is with this non-stop mama, mama, mama that's been going on for the past week?
Well, you know your sister's coming home in a couple of weeks, and she's been on active duty overseas, and I want the first words that she hears out of her mouth to be Mama, Mama. And, come on, sweetie, say Mama.
Yeah, come on, little squirt. Round those lips and say, ribbit. Ribbit.
Oh, really? Come on.
But all animals make beautiful sounds, not just us.
Well, come on, honey. Say Mama, Mama. What have you done to your... What have you done to her? I mean, my goodness.
They're good people. I mean, maybe there be a little bit of sensory done. Ooh, that'd be the spice of the life. And believe me, folks, in this place, there's no shortage of the spices. But they're good people, just like in your neighborhood. Hey, maybe we're going to recognize you somebody.
Well, young lady, today I introduce you to the neighborhood. I always kind of like the early shift when things are still relatively quiet. Let's get the lay of the land before the heat of the day and life. You chat a bit with the merchants and you get a feel for what may be coming at you later. Your problems all together.
Aye, like they taught us in the academy. They called it community policing.
Well, didn't they now? Well, I guess some PhD got big bucks for putting two words together. We've been doing out here on the streets for years. Take a deep whiff of that spring air. You smell those cedars? It's like incense, like spring incense. It's great. It's bracing. Makes you happy to be alive. Happy to be a cop.
Did you always want to be a cop, Jacobson?
No, actually I never did. I just wanted things to be fair.
And you found out they weren't?
Precisely.
And it bothered you?
Yeah.
And you think you can make things right now?
Well, young lady, you've got to think you can make a difference. At least for your beat, or why bother? What about you? You always want to be a cop?
Me? I wanted to be a preacher. I even went to seminary. And then I tried being a teacher. I got my papers for that too, but I found out the children liked my teaching no better than the parents liked my preaching.
So by becoming a cop, you figured you'd kill two birds with one stone? Recoup your losses? Finally be able to fight sin, battle crime, and have a captive body?
Aye, something like that.
They sent me a nun with a gun.
Now hold on, Jacobson.
No. What won't hold here is street lesson number 1 from the book of Samuel.
Aye, a lesson from the Old Testament now.
Hey, I'm not that old. I'm about this Samuel, me, Samuel Jacobs.
And the pearl of wisdom, Jacobson.
Well, what I was about to cast before a piglet is that out here on the streets, the sooner you learn a person's first name or handle and use it, the better.
Aye, Sam. Rabbi Sam.
Oh, you're quick and you listen. But, Rabbi?
Precisely. 10 minutes into my first shift, and you've already drawn out half my life story, lectured me from the Old Testament, and waxed poetic about Caesar's being a prayer. Very rabbinical.
Well, Piglet, you're still a nun with a gun.
Bravo! Finally, I find the two people that understand God's plan, huh? Regardless of our age or our race or our occupation. Hey, we all are consecrated to do His holy work.
What?
Street lesson number 2. Never argue with a man who has you covered with a banana.
Oh.
Guido, my old friend, meet my new partner, Big Mac something.
Aye, it's just Mac. Mac with a K.
Oh, official and Mac with a K. Hey, I'll be Guido with all.
Is that the first name or a last?
Well, to my friends, it'd be like a first name, and they go, hey, Guido! Huh? To those that don't like me so much, they go, oh, Guido. But Guido. Is it Guido? Either way.
Well, it sounds like a first name to me.
Oh, very upset. Hey, I like her already, huh? We're going to get along just fine, like a 2 garbanzo beans in a salad.
Hey, fruit man. You gonna butter up the cops all day, or can someone help get ready to leave here pretty quick if I don't get some service customer?
Excuse me, hey, I've got to run. Oh, but wait. Almost forgot that. Here, luscious. First of the season, like it was kissed by an angel, huh?
Oh no, I can't.
What do you mean you can't? You can't even lost it. Work a wonder for handouts on your beat.
They taught us in the academy not to accept gratuities.
Oh, wait a minute, huh? If you accept grace, if you accept life, you accept the gratuities. What do you think, huh? That you earn liveliness of blessings? No, everything is a gift from God. Give thanks that He connected you with a profession in which you could share some of the goods with some of the people. So, here you go.
Hey, fruit man, I'm done waiting. I'm zipping it up here.
Oh, well, look at lady. The leg's already shaking. Tell her about God.
Guido's right about this God food thing, kid. It kind of works like manna from heaven.
See,
but it
now,
comes from
your
the ground.
leg's shaking. Here we go. Hey, wait a minute there, lady. Are you going to buy one of these 5 minutes, or you're just going to act for me?
Well, none of them jumped out at me.
Oh, that's nice.
What was that? Spit it out.
Okay, yeah. The fleas, they jump. The frogs, they jump. But the melons, they don't jump. They just sit there, legal, like a king.
Those look rather ordinary to me.
Oh, no, it's like a people, huh? It's what's under the skin that counts. And if God made it, oh, believe me, lady, it'll be real.
Regal Spiegel. I'm not looking for pedigree. I'm looking for sweet and cheap. And besides, how do I know what's underneath the skin of one of those Regal Oaks of yours? If I don't get to sample it first, how do I know it's right?
Guido's melons are always at the peak of ripe.
Oh, that is a standard man line. I know. I've done Pike Place.
Oh. What can one say to one who hasn't done Pike Place?
You can say that I can sample any melon I want before I pay.
Wait a minute. Oh, that'd be like a new mama telling the doctor, hey, doc, I don't know if I want to keep my new Bambino till I see if I like him.
Melon man, before I pay. Deal?
All right, on one condition, huh? If you like, you buy two. One for you, one to give away to somebody in need. Deal?
Only if I really like it.
Oh, then get set for one killer melon.
All right. You better get set to live.
Oh, look at there, huh? Interesting technique, but okay,
Yeah.
we'll see. Oh, that one, huh? Well, look at this, huh? You tell me.
Now, I'm sure I did kissy at
There.
this time.
Mm.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes, to him it goes the credit, huh? So,
Well, all right. How much did you want for that?
well, let me see here. Let me get out my magic box.
Come on. Some of us have to get to work. Hurry it up.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at here, lady. What a deal for you, huh? Only $6 for this Prince of Melon.
$6? You did that wrong. You do that again.
Okay. Oh. Wait a minute, look at this. Lady, you're right, I goof.
Of course not.
It's not $6. It's a $6.50.
$6.50. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm already late. I've got to get going.
No. Oh, you don't want the other melon?
No. I don't know anybody who's poor. You take care of that.
This will do it for me, Guido. And no need to kiss like mine.
Oh,
I know about the thief of crime.
excuse me, I was so absorbed in that last customer that I did not see you.
No problem with serve, though. That's an interesting choice of words. I'd say she got you. Pressed your buttons, if you know what I mean.
Claro. And until now, Emilio, I did not even know that I had one. Huh? But it perks up my day to think that God gave me one too.
Perks up or marks up? Did your calculator really come up with $6.50 for that? And some melons?
Emilio, tell you the truth, she was in such a hurry that I didn't even have time to put in the batteries.
I thought that was high.
It was Emilio, but I think the saying in the States is I ripped off that last customer so I could pass the savings on to you, Emilio.
No, Guido. You're either inspired or a little bit cuckoo.
Oh, inspired, that belongs to our God. Huh? But as for Guido, oh, I like the ring of that word cuckoo.
That doesn't surprise me. Oh, before I forget, here, plump apple link sausages that my Marie wrapped up last night for you. Are made with turkey meat, some of your apples, and spices, even the kernels in it.
Oh.
Delicious.
Oh, thank you, and thank Marie too. Hey, how is she doing?
Oh, up and down. Mostly down, it seems like lately. She worries too much about the shop and the boys.
Oh, yes, the worry, that'd be the big hairy lupo that rips at your guts.
Oh, speaking of which, I've got to get to the bank before it closes. I'm behind again on the mortgage payment. I'll just put this on my top, all right? Excuse me.
No harm done. I couldn't help overhearing you two talking. You even mentioned my name.
Lupo?
You work for the bank?
Well, you might say we are both concerned with withdrawals of my cards.
B.J. Wolf, mobile designer of pharmaceuticals? No need is too great or too small.
Up or down?
Year round.
My associate in training, Jenny.
Year round. Curbside service.
Oh,
Samples.
no, Emilio.
Oh, where's the cop when you need one?
Ooh, saucy. I like that in my ladies.
We're not your Spice Girls, Buster. And we're definitely not your ladies. Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. But good things come to those who wait. As the little book says, for everything there is a season. A time to sow. And a time to reap. Tasty. I always was partial to apples. And ladies.
Miriam, I didn't even get to read it. What does it say?
B.J. Wolf, Esquire III. Night moves and sundries.
Oh, my. You know, I've always been a little uneasy around fellows with alphabet names. It's so impersonal. Yeah, it makes you kind of wonder what they're hiding.
The third. What makes some people think they're such big stuff? Do you want to carry their name into second or third generations?
No buts, young lady. And while you're at it, you watch out for those aging playboy types.
You know why I look up to you two? Because you're so trusting and never opinionated. Whatever. You covered everything except the sundries.
Oh, they're waiting for us at home. We gotta go.
We're late.
Our business.
Hi, Guido. Hi, Guido.
Bye, Guido.
Oh, with umbrellas, huh?
Sam thought your banana was bad news. I'll see you later.
Yeah, give him my best to Marie, huh?
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Harry, how you doing?
How about those Seahawks?
Oh, great. Great.
All right, ready for some closure?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Hey guys,
Hey.
nice of you to show up. I'm doing good, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, good to see you, Jack.
Working out.
Yeah,
Good.
losing weight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here, here.
Got a little demos here. Hi, hon.
Hi.
Casserole's in the oven like you requested on the phone, but it'll be a few minutes. So, what'd you bring for party fixing?
Oh, they're all in the bags.
All right, let's take a look. I told her to get some good stuff. Broccoli, cauliflower, not even chips.
What? Ladies, not even buffalo wings?
Then where's the beef?
Don't you be foul.
Meat. Red or white, doesn't matter. Meat matters.
Harry, you're living confirmation of what my mother told me as she fiddled with my veil on my wedding day.
Meat?
Miriam, she said, they may wear bow ties with their tails, but deep down inside, they're all just animals. Men.
What?
Oh, get ready to rumble.
Oh, it's all right. We're all animals. Miriam just forgot the rational part.
What's rational about red meat? It'll kill you.
Oh, look what I found under the cushion here. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so that's where it is.
Sinatra?
Oh, yeah, it's a commemorative issue. I found it at a garage sale.
Huh.
But boy, you know, that sure brings back the memories.
Sinatra. Proves my point. Deader than a doornail. Small wonder. Too many years of too much smoke, too much booze, not enough red meat, and not enough fruit. Too much red meat, and not enough fruits and veggies.
Where does it say that?
And kaboom! The big one! And he's dead.
Oh, he was over 80 for Pete's sakes.
Oh, yeah, but way too young for kaput.
Oh, everybody, come on, let's lighten up a bit. Come on. It's a nice get together here. Let me see that.
All right.
I remember there was a cartoon in here about old Blue Eyes. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so Frank's at the pearly gates, and St. Peter yells down to a lesser saint, "Tell the chairman that the other chairman's here."
Shame on you, Bill. That's sacrilegious.
No, I think it's inspired, and I think God has a sense of humor too. And he sends us these slightly off-the-wall ideas. We tune in on them, no pun intended.
Right.
Think they're our own and that we're pretty clever, but the whole time God's just chuckling at his own joke.
Harry, that's
That's the most theological thing I've ever heard you say.
Theological? Oh, but you know what? Maybe Harry's hit on something. You know, we always talk a lot about God's grace. Maybe the forgotten grace is a good laugh. God knows it saved my sanity more than once.
My point exactly. A good laugh is the most therapeutic of God's graces. And in real life, I suspect that's the one he uses the most.
Well then, a toast.
Okay.
To God's grace, the real chairman of the board, and to his rat pack.
To God and his rat pack.
Well, that was quite a mix of the sacred and the profane.
Yeah, I've heard salute, cheers, l'chaim, scold, but to God and his rat pack. Bill, you've really outdone yourself this time.
Well, thank you, Marion. I take that as a compliment.
A compliment? By the looks of this, smell of things, your tail's already on fire.
Oh, Bill, the chicken cacciatore.
Oh, wow. You know, I'd forgotten about those riveting blue eyes. Just think, if Frank's grandfather hadn't migrated to this great country.
Migrated, Mabel? Migrate. The word is immigrate. Birds migrate.
Whatever. All I know is that blue-eyed canary twerp grandson sure could sing.
Oh, yeah. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances.
Woo! Sing it, girl!
See, Miriam, even Lucy remembers.
Yeah.
Just think of being migrated.
Yeah, we got migrated. The blue-eyed canary would be doing his thing only in Italy.
Well, I saved my thing from the oven just in time.
What's good?
That's still frozen.
Ta-da!
That's great.
Come on, everybody. Forgot the chicken. It's unchicken cacciatore. Anyway, everybody, come on, let's say grace. How about a group blessing tonight? I'll start, and then everybody say something. Dear Lord, we thank you for migrating, or immigrating, whatever it was you did to come into this world. Miriam?
Yes, Lord, and thank you for not being a stranger in our night.
Jack?
Not just exchanging glances.
Harry?
I think Jack's right, Lord. What would have been our chances?
If you had not loved us at first sight, imagine that.
Everybody.
Lovers at first sight.
Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Oh, good people, huh? Not lacking in the spices, salt of the earth. And boss, what do you think about that prayer? Hey, I liked it too.
I'm hungry.
Hey, you're bored and hungry. Come on up here, kids. I think maybe I'm gonna fix both, huh?
Hey Guido, those one of your stories? You have great stories.
Not always. Sometimes they're corny.
Hey, maybe you read on my mind, huh? Because the story is about a guy whose name is Corny.
No way.
Yes, way. Your name's Andrea, sometimes they call you Andy, yeah? But this guy's name was Cornelius, so they all call him
Corny!
Oh, but not to his face, because he was a centurion.
How many times is that, Guido?
21 stupid ass. No, my mom works for the real estate.
Well, actually, this guy didn't wear a mustard yellow coat, and more like a red cloak, huh?
Oh yeah, I know about red. Later, there's a red tie with a suit. Called it his power tie.
Oh, it was like that, huh? Because this guy Cornelius had lots of power. He was in charge of 100 tough soldiers.
So he was a bad guy?
No. He was a good guy, huh? He and his whole family, they were full of a love for their neighbor and each other. They treated each other with respect, and they loved God, and they prayed to him often.
We prayed for meals.
Oh, that's good. It's good to pray before, during, after, huh?
Praying is boring.
Wait a minute, are you bored now?
You mean talking to you?
Sure.
No,
know.
Why?
Because you're my friend, even if you are an old guy.
Oh, so there you go. Huh? That's what prayer is. It's talking to a friend, our best of friend. Even if he is an old guy.
So this tough Cornelius guy was talking to God?
Oh, yes, and God sent an angel to you.
Oh, cute little angel.
No, I think maybe he was a big fat ugly angel. That looked something like me because Cornelius was a plenty scared when he saw this guy.
So the centurions were like Robocops. They didn't scare easy, right, Guido?
Right, huh?
What did the angel say, Guido?
Oh, let's see what the angels say. Well, I think he said something like, chill out. I'm not going to hurt you. God has sent me, in fact, to bless your day. Always going to make it something real special. But first, send it for a guy, named Simon.
Like in Simon says?
No, like in Simon Peter, the first disciple and an apostle, friend of Jesus.
So, where was this Simon?
Oh, here we go. This Simon was staying at the house of another guy, also unnamed Simon. Huh? And this guy made the nice things out of leather, like the shoes, the sandals, the belts, and he lived in a town with a funny name. So what do you think the town's name was?
I bet it was Puyallup. No, it's Wally. Or Cleola. Probably Cleola.
Don't be stupid. This isn't an American's, right? It's probably an ancient dude. Lived in Rome, right, Guido?
Oh, pretty close, huh? But actually, he lived in a town named Joppa.
My dad went to one of those Star Wars movies. Jabba the Hutt?
Oh, maybe he was from there too.
What happened then, Guido?
Anyway, Cornelius sent some of his best guys out to fetch Simon Peter. Now, Simon was up on the roof of the other Simon's house. Huh? Roofs in those days were flat. Huh? People go up there to catch the nice breeze, the rays of the sun, maybe to check out the girls. Huh? They also go up there to eat and to relax. Now, it's close to the time for the lunch. And Simon was down rubbing his tummy saying, oh, I'm sure hungry. I wonder what's for lunch. When suddenly, he had a vision. Who knows what is a vision?
I do.
What?
It's like a holy dream while you're awake.
Oh, boy, don't you think this country raises some smart kids, huh?
What did you see, Guido?
Well, he saw like a nice tablecloth floating down from heaven. And he said, oh, boy, I'm sure happy. I'm so hungry and it sure smells good. Boy, and I'm ready. Thank you, God, amen. But then he saw what God had sent.
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Or maybe Arby's for taco time.
No, and it was not even the salami or the crackers or the nice piece of cheese, huh? But it was full of roastos and marinade and all the things that the Jews did not eat. Well, the frogs and the worms, huh? And snakes and strange birds and other things like that. So this Simon said,
See, I told you, as Simon says.
well, the Simon did say it. No way am I going to eat of that yucky stuff. It's unclean. Oh, but then a bigger voice coming down from heaven. And it says, hey, you dum-dum. If God made it, then God sent it. It's not unclean.
My brother made me eat a cricket once.
Oh.
Give it, Jenny. Let Guido finish the story.
Well, anyhow, so Simon was thinking of what this means, and he had this vision 3 times. But suddenly, he looked down from the roof, and there was 3 big guys looking up, and one points at him and it says, hey, you hungry man standing up there rubbing your tummy. Where do we find a guy, the name of Simon? Well, but this Simon did say, you mean of the Simon that mixes the things out of the leather? And the soldier said, no, we came to fetch Simon Dum-Dum, the one who has a head as hard as a rock. So Simon said,
See, I told you, as Simon says.
this Simon did say, because now he was getting a little bit scared, huh? He said, you sure you got it right, Simon? And the guy looked up at him and he says, hey, my master, the greatest Cornelius, the centurion, sent me to fetch you, hungry man. Whoa. Huh? And Simon knew that 3 big guys, hairy with the spears, and the holy angels say, come on. You're not come. But still he was wondering, why did God send the holy angel to a Gentile?
Gentile? Is that like a reptile?
Well, kind of like that, huh? Because in those days, the Jews thought that everybody who was not a Jew was unclean, huh? So Simon, still wondering about these things, went with the soldiers to the house of Cornelius, where he found Cornelius in its entire household to be.
Yucky! Like you stupid. I'll show you stupid rock.
No, he found them to be full of the love of each other. And suddenly, a light went on in his head, a head that was thick as a rock, like a couple of little heads here, that all people are God's children, huh? And are happy who are hungry for his word. So,
And this little mermaid is still hungry for its food.
well then, why don't we have something to eat, huh?
Fruits and veggies.
Well, maybe today, in honor of the lesson, as you remember the story, we'll have... Oh, so, today when you go home and your mama and your papa say, hey kids, where you been? And what have you been doing? What are you going to say?
Then we were down at Guido's and he told us a corny story.
Oh, boy, where in your book, dear God, does it say anything about these American kids? See you later, kids.
Guido, I want to give you a present.
Well, thank you. A star. Oh, it reminds me of home.
I couldn't help but catch part of your act there, Fruit Man. Is that original material?
My act is from chapter 11 of the book of Acts. Can I show you?
No. My heavenly visions are just a wee bit closer to home.
Stay away from the children, Lupo.
Suffer them not. Suffer them not to come unto me. It says it there in your little book, Guido. Great line. On that I concur with Jesus. Fact is, I'm going to take it as my verse du jour.
Jacobson, what did the DA say? Can we throw the book at him?
Not enough. Get more.
More?
She's as sick of this revolving door as we are, but it's an election year. And a big loss in court wouldn't...
She said that?
Who needs to say it? Jeepers, Mac. You're the gal with a degree, not nuclear science.
Easy, partner. I know you want this one so bad you can taste it.
And old Night Moves is suspecting something already, and there's a switchblade in his pocket, midnight in his soul.
Aye. Then let's pray for Dawn.
Pray for Dawn?
Come on, Jacobson. It's not nuclear science. I mean Dawn.
You mean Jenny's ex-boyfriend, Donald?
Aye. And from what I hear on the streets early, while you're out smelling cedars, angry, ready to spill some beans, boyfriend Dawn.
You know, that degree of yours, mate, has done you, okay, us some good after all. My Gentile friend, you may be morphing from a Mac into a Maccabeus.
Wasn't that the Old Testament dude who rededicated the temple?
Yes, and a great warrior of my people.
An armed monk of sorts.
Yeah, so here it's a nun who stowed it. I'm seldom wrong on first impressions.
You know, Jacobson, we may only catch a little fish on this hook. We may only snag Jenny.
You know what? At my age, small may be as big as it gets. Let's go fish. I sound like Guido's fish.
Oh, hope you're still back in the sun. Good to see you. Huh? How's things going?
Good.
Hey, would you take something to the good people at the detachment, huh?
Sure. Donation?
Oh, these are great. The cherries, huh? The strawberries. Oh, fresh.
Thank you, Guido.
Oh, God bless, huh?
let's lock up the store and look down in the park. And we'll listen to the band music. Then the higher speeches, of course. And after that, we can get a hot dog with mustard and onions and see if they're as good as the ones at Mutt School.
And then what?
Why, we'll watch the fireworks.
Not make them?
What kind of talk is that for a Christian mother or two?
The kind that makes 3.
Okay, I've heard the mayor's speech down at the barber shop already. Tell you what, lock up the store, pull the curtains.
Oh, Amelia!
Oh, Marie!
So you think by sitting around hoping that more pennies are going to come popping out of your pocket like the Roscoe's?
Ross Perot? My dad told me about him, but how can he be in my pocket?
No, not they're Roscoe. Frogs. You think more pennies are going to pop out of your pocket like the frogs?
No, but what can you get for 4 frogs? I mean, 4 stupid pennies.
Oh, maybe more than you know if you invest that.
Invest?
Yes, it works something like this. First, you give me your 4 pence.
Hey, wait. Is invest the same as rip off?
No, Enrique, I don't meet much in this country anymore. Trust me, huh?
And what do you give me for my 4 pennies?
Oh, look here. Okay. Maybe 8 of my more experienced lemons.
And what do I do with 7 lemons?
Well, you begin by taking this big beauty here to the house of the widow Lawrence. She has a back cold. She'll know enough to squeeze it into a cup of the hot water, add a spoonful of the honey, and a God bless.
Why would I waste the lemon?
That's not waste, Enrique. That's a God food.
So then, if I'm giving that lemon away, then what do I do with the other 7?
Oh, here we go, huh? You get a big pitcher of the water. You add a lot of the ice, huh? You squeeze those lemons. And then, here's the one time that you don't listen to your mom. You add plenty of the sugar to make a nice lemonade, huh? And then you make a sign. The sign should say something like, wait a minute, Enrico, speaking of signs, let me put up my sign and I'll go show you. Here we go, huh? Okay, let's go weed. We're going to make us a lemonade stand. Hey, kids, you want to help make a lemonade stand?
Sure.
Oh, good, huh? Here we go, look at, we got everything we need. Oh, we got the cups, we got the water and the lemonade, huh? We got the change, now you're going to make the money. Good luck, kids.
Hey, do you guys want to see the end of the parade?
Sure.
humans are helping people too, not just us.
It's nice to know we're not alone.
Hey, you thirsty?
Aye, let's invest in the future. Bikes are here, must be kids somewhere. Hey kids, you got customers!
You
With
get
big thirst and real money! Aye.
Are we gonna get arrested?
No, what you're gonna get, young lady, is our 50 cents for 2 brimming glasses of cold lemonade. That is, if you're quick about it.
Oh, sure, I'll show you quick.
Henrique, you stupid little jerk, you drank it all. I told you to go back in the house and make some more lemonade half an hour ago. Now we're going to a couple of paying customers.
The old paying customers we've had all day, Enrica.
You told me to be trouble letting her in our club.
Oh, you realize this could be one of those defining moments of the future? Neighborhoods, even galaxies may hang in the balance.
I know what you mean. A real Luke Skywalker moment.
Precisely.
Boy, on top of everything else, the lass has a name like Enrica. Where was the force when that was decided?
Bad karma. I have a theory that when a parent curses their kid with a name like Milton or Oscar or Enrica, you're going to run out of lemonade sometime in life, guaranteed. I've seen it played out 100 times.
Say, officer, would you like to buy some hogs?
Hogs?
Yeah, good ones.
How much you asking for these treasures?
25 cents a piece.
Ooh, that's pretty steep.
25 cents, not a penny less. They're good ones. See for yourself.
Excellent, no doubt. Sam, come and take a look at these.
Oh, these are worth a walk over, man. And that's a fact. This kid here knows her box.
Well, that settles it. I'd be a fool not to give Henrica $1 for 4 of these.
Hey, officer, you want hogs? I'll sell you this one for $1.50.
Whoa, hologram.
Oh no, hologram.
Sorry, son. But I've only got $1 to spare, and I'm in the market for excellent, truly vintage hogs.
Vintage?
Aye. Age-tested. Oh, then antique. Really valuable.
Yep. That's what these are, all right. Fact is, I don't think I've ever seen anything this valuable.
I'll be darned if you're not right. Why, it'd be a shame to give her $1 for 4. What say we both pitch in a buck, partner?
Well, is that a deal, Enrica?
That's a deal. Queenie, that's a deal.
All right then.
That settles it. Thanks for doing business.
Hey, Enrica, you got any more of those vintage hogs?
Yeah, I got one.
I traded for all my new holograms.
Now that's community policing.
Yep, we touched the future right there, Mrs. Skywalker.
Aye.
We touched the future.
And that black hole swallowed a bowl of my coffee money.
All right.
But look at these ugly things. What are we going to do with them?
Well, knowing you, you're going to worry them around in your pocket for a few years, and one day you're going to see some wormy-looking nerd of a kid named Oscar, and you'll tell him they're vintage or magic or some BS like that, and it'll probably change his life.
Now wait a minute. Why Oscar? Why not a Milton or an Ernie?
Well, maybe, but probably an Oscar.
Ah, malarkey. I'll bet you a milkshake.
You're on.
And I'll be drinking it.
We'll see.
Hey, Mike, you need a drink? Never mind. Why not?
Oh, Bill.
Well, you look like I could use another drink.
What I hoped was that you needed a friend with a dear, dear listening ear. So what's bugging you, my love?
Well, you want to start with the pink slip from Boeing? Or possibly the prognosis on my prostate? Or how about the past due notice on the mortgage? You know, Mabel, I'm starting to detest the letter B. It's a good thing your name's not Peggy, and Scotch doesn't, or Scotch starts with an S.
Hold on there, buddy boy. I don't think you can run past the P's quite that fast. You missed 4. You're pickled.
But
And me, I'm paying them. So partner, let's palaver.
partner?
Forever and ever, pal.
Put her there, pal!
No. I think I'd rather put this here and me here.
Why did we ever leave the farm, old girl?
Well, you had a beautiful dream of building great flying machines for Boeing. Me, I was tired of the hog futures and the bed bugs.
Oh yeah. Those pesky bed bugs. I'll tell you, I remember the time you got so fed up with them critters that you ate a box of chocolates and sent in, what was it?
What else? 1995.
1995. Sight unseen for some contraption that the World Almanac touted as old world secrets, wedded with Yankee ingenuity.
Well, yeah, but I was at wit's end. I had it up to here with the bed bugs. I had more welts on my legs than one of my Aunt Carrie's pickles. And the ad stated that if you use the appliance as directed, it would eliminate the creepy critters 100%.
Yeah, I remember.
Or double your money back.
I do remember that. In fact, you touted, hallelujah, hallelujah! A religious moment inspired by the Farmer's Almanac. I was impressed.
No, you knew the ad was a con and told me so. Well, at least you tried.
Well, and I can't take all the credit. You know, even a stopwatch is right twice a day. But you know, truth be known, I was more concerned about the 1995 than I was about the fact that those bed bugs were causing you fix. I had my priorities all misaligned tonight.
Yeah, and I was a little bullheaded. I wasted $20 of your hard-earned money on 2 wood chips.
Hey, they were good, solid hardwood oak.
No, Bill. They were 2 friggin' wood chips. And you know what gets me is that they came with these instructions on this tiny piece of paper, smaller than a fortune cookie insert. But what gets me to this day is that if I had followed the instructions to the letter, they would have been 100% effective.
Yeah. Place bed bug between 2 wood chips and press firmly.
That's it. That's the answer.
Scotch is the answer.
No, Bill.
What, you found bed bugs here?
Worse.
Worse?
Yes, we have your swarm of problem peas.
Yeah. So what's the point?
We're going to follow the instructions.
We're going to get between 2 wood chips?
No. No, silly. It was worth the idea. Worth $19.95, just for the idea. Okay, let's put it this way. We're going to take you and me, along with Oak Heart Prayer on one side,
Okay.
and our God on the other side.
That's over here.
And we're going to put the pesky problems in the middle, and we're going to press firmly.
Perfect.
Now, just got 2 more peas and then I'm back. Pucker, please.
How about that hard oak prayer now?
Hey, Ginger, let me help you with these big watermelons, huh? I don't want you to blow a gasket.
Hey, Guido, you ever blow a bugle? Because I'm partial to horn players, and you're looking like a horn player to me.
No, huh? The Lord bless somebody else in my family for that.
You mean jokes?
Oh, no, I mean a blessed, huh? Because to be chosen is to be blessed.
Oh, so by God, what handle did this blessed relation of yours go by?
Oh, his formal name is Gabriel, yeah? But we just call him Gabe.
So this Gabriel, he played a pretty mean horn?
Oh, yes, I guaranteed to bring it down to the house.
Well, I do hope to hear him someday.
Oh, you can count on it, huh? At the end of life, he likes to give a little toot for everybody. Huh? And then at the grand finale, at the end of all time, oh, he's going to blow everybody's socks off.
Well, I guess I better start wearing them then. The conversations with you are always a trip, Guido. You save me a hangover. This Gabriel of yours, he was blessed with a hot horn, and well, what were you blessed with, Guido?
Oh, I was blessed with the likes of my fruit and veggies and then you, huh?
Mixed bag at best.
Mixed and best.
Oh, well, you know what, Guido? I think you should have asked for the horn instead of the cauliflower.
You know, Tinker, there was a time I thought so too. I didn't think I was cut out to be a fruit and veggie type, huh? But now I'm not so sure. God knows what he knows, and if truth be known, the fruit and the veggies have kind of grown on me, as you have too, Ginger.
Well, if anything's grown on you, Guido, it ain't me. The Seattle weather, you know, moss maybe. Oh, man. Oh, look, those remind me of when we first met. You were carrying one watermelon under each arm.
Oh, yes, huh? I was on my way to Emilio's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, on one of those walkabouts, or whatever you call them. You walk right on up to the edge of my garden. Yeah, who'd have thought that an old anti-establishment hippie broad like me, an old world peason like you, would have hit it off right from the get-go.
Oh, we're good friends, huh?
Oh, yeah, the best. What do you remember, Guido?
Oh, I remember you up. You were radiant, huh? Like a rainbow sunflower, huh? Ooh, and I remember you there hoeing so carefully between your tomatoes and your cannabis.
Oh, Guido, you were a charmer. Still are. I remember your exact words. Lovely lady, lovely garden. You do a top-rate job. Your place, it looks like the Garden of Eden. What looked like before the fall, before the weeds. As if you'd actually been there or something.
and you smiled, a good earthy smile, and you said, hey, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, mister. This is my nickname for my place, my Garden of Weed.
Yes, I'm proud of myself on that one. Garden of Weed. No one did that, given what I was growing and the nature of what was trying to grow.
Hey, can you still smoke that stuff?
I haven't smoked that in years, not since the doc had to go and whittle away on my lungs. Oh, but man, I'm missing something terrible. Makes me really angry sometimes.
Well, one down, one to go.
One to go.
Sure, all the smoke's in your skin and body, yeah? But the anger, Ginger, that'll be the weed that chokes the soul.
Weeds and soul in the same breath, Guido. Next thing you're gonna tell me is that a soul is like one of your Chiquita bananas here.
Well, it is.
How so?
Well, but God said so.
Oh, so now what you're gonna tell me is that you've got a pipeline straight up to the big kahuna. And that when the two of you get together and talk, it's about souls and bananas.
Oh, there you go.
Are you sure you're not smoking something, Guido, huh? I mean, how did we get from weeds to soul to bananas and now God? I mean,
Ginger,
when did he ever enter the picture?
he's been at the center of it all along, huh? You, me, my fruit stand, your farm, everything, huh?
You maybe, but not
And he said, yeah, you should have been here when only he had it. Oh, man, that's the kind of school I am. I will give God his due, just so long as he gives me mine.
Well, I'll tell you this, Ginger, you both work hard. Huh?
Well, I know I do. So, how much of this rosemary and cilantro can I unload on you?
Oh, I can take all you can spare. I can really move that stuff.
Oh, but it looks like I've got about 20 bundles here by my measure.
Hey, but I've been selling 50, huh?
Yeah, well, you know, I can try and blow a gasket pulling that stuff out of my briar patch, but thanks but no thanks. I have finally figured out a way that I can make an honest, well, as honest as can be, modest living without making it feel too much like work. You know, would much rather be growing my tomatoes.
You know, Ginger, I can really take a bunch of those too, huh? Everybody knows that you won 2 big ribbons, the blue ribbons at the state fair with your early time, and you won 3 with your big boys, huh? Ginger, what's your secret?
My secret? You don't want to know, Guido.
Hey, Guido asked. Guido wants to know.
Well, you're a big boy. I think you can handle it. You know that the early boys and the big toms are both male plants, as the name implies.
But how do you know?
Well, at dusk, I go out back and I moon them. Yes, and if they have a nice red blush by morning, I know they're male.
Dear, I thought it was the miracle grow.
Oh no, but you should see what it does to my cucumbers. Guido, how do you put up with that nasty woman?
Oh, dearie, Ma. I saw your big ears sticking out there eavesdropping, and she's pulling her leg.
I wouldn't let her near my legs.
If you don't mind me saying so, and even if you do, loosen up a little bit late. So she wants to salute her tomatoes in the middle of the night. What's the harm?
It's a sin.
No, it's no sin. It's so la bella luna, the sun, the beautiful moon, the top, the bottom, the front, the back. God made it all. Said it was all good. It was all a gift of his great love. Huh? Hey, wait a minute. Maybe that's why they call the tomatoes the passion fruit. So,
Passion fruit, indeed. I'll never buy a tomato of hers here again.
well, that's a good idea, because I don't want you to buy one. You should take 2, huh? Here. Don't worry, I'm not going to charge you for the second. That's a God fruit.
Wait.
Oh, and while we're at it, she'd want you to have one of the fine cucumbers too, for good measure.
All right. Thank you, Guido.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Passion. Amore. Very good, Guido. Amore. In the fall, when the moon is as big as a pregnant pumpkin.
And we have a lot of the fruit for the intermission, huh? And we have some of the lemonade that the kids make. So please, help yourself and then come back in about 15 minutes and you'll see what's going to happen.
While you're out there, please make sure you turn it off at this time. And the basket is right by the front doors on your way out for making checks out to Greater Lutheran, take care of Habitat. We appreciate it.
Leaves are turning red and gold. Harvest is in, it's turning cold. Leaves are turning red and gold. Harvest is in, it's turning cold. Lord, you lead us on the way as we travel on towards home. Lord, you lead us on the way as we travel on towards home.
Leaves are falling, red and gold. Time to turn our hearts towards home. Leaves are falling, red and gold. Time to turn our hearts towards home.
Lord, you lead us on the way as we travel on towards home. Lord, you lead us on the way as we travel on towards home. Leaves are falling, red and gold. Harvest is in, it's turning cold. Leaves are falling, red and gold.
Time to
So what do you think, Lucy?
Oh, I love it. And the pumpkins are in.
Hey, why don't you take one of these big beauties, huh?
Oh, no, it's tempting, but they're just too big for our place.
Hey, Lucy, a treat instead of a trick, huh? Look, same color but fun size.
I love it. I'll take it. Do you have a bag for me?
Oh, let me see. Oh, sure we do, Lucy.
And I need a mango. You know, Miriam likes them, so I thought I'd drop one by her place. She's not been feeling well.
Oh, yes, Linda. The mangoes are a good choice, huh? Look at them there, huh? Ah, oh, they're full of the vitamins and, smell the fragrance, huh? There's a happy fruit. It'll lift your spirits.
Oh, thank you. How much is it?
Oh, for a fruit with such a holy mission, there is no charge. Oh, and this is the one. Ooh, like it was kissed by an angel.
You fruit vendors always have a line. You told me that the papaya I bought yesterday was kissed by an angel.
Hey, maybe it was, lady, huh? Maybe God in His mercy visits this fruit stand with many angels.
Or maybe just one angel with many kisses.
Huh? Maybe, yeah. The results may be the same.
Oh, come on. Angels? Get real. I come here because the fruit is organic. Other than that, a mango is a mango.
Well, we don't know. Maybe angels, right, Guido?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Maybe God in His, like it says in the good book, huh? Maybe, with your kind deed, you are entertaining angels unbeknown, even at the fruit stands, huh?
There's angels at fruit stands?
Well, I don't know if you put it in the book, Lucy, but I think it was going to just ran out of time.
That's something we have in common.
But you're still in a hurry, huh?
Still thinking all this angel stuff is hocus pocus, and a mango is just a mango.
Well, which is it, Guido?
Well, maybe we should ask the mangoes to decide. Here's a man. Hey, big guy, what do you think? Oh, he says, no, we should let the ladies decide, huh? Smart mango. So, each of you take one. You eat it tonight, you're telling me what you think in the morning.
Okay, thank you, Guido. Will you put these on my account?
Oh, consider it done, Miriam, huh?
Well, that was slick. I hadn't even intended on buying a
Jack?
Hey, I can't talk right now.
Well, how much is it? Now, you be fair.
To tell you the truth, you paid for it already.
I did?
Yes, years ago when you bought that melon for $6.50.
Well, it was a friend's.
Oh, maybe not quite. But it was a decent melon.
Well, yeah, it was okay. I think so. You know, I'll be. I can't believe this.
So, wait a minute. I know your name. Well, you don't spunk, a kapow, the spark of life.
Well, it's Gladys Sparks. Gladys.
Oh, glad to meet you at last, Gladys, huh? Perhaps in the morning we can talk some more about this mango and the angel kiss thing, huh?
Perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
You still haven't lost touch, Guido.
Excuse me.
Oh, Emilio, huh? Excuse me, come on, Emilio, sit.
I will, you know.
Hey, excuse me, come.
She's a lot older now, you know, that lonely lady who goes out to pizza noise. We're all over there.
Oh, Emilio, you made her soul, huh?
Can you read mine?
Yes, and you're full of great love but great sadness. Huh? What can I get for you, Emilio?
Perhaps a few bananas today.
Oh, is there anything else, Emilio?
No, nothing else. That's not true. I need just a moment of your time, Guido.
Oh, sit, we have plenty of that, huh? So, what's new?
You say time, but do you know how long we've known each other, Guido?
No, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not so good with this thing called time, huh? The past, the present, the two, they all run together for me. I learned to mark time with the cabbages, and then comes the asparagus, and then the strawberries and the blueberries.
I'll tell you how long it's been. It's 22 years and 3 months this August. I remember the month exactly because you introduced yourself on our doorstep with 2 big watermelons.
I remember now, huh? To celebrate the impending births, the big melons seemed appropriate.
They were appropriate and appreciated. Marie gave me 2 twins, 2 big boys.
So I remember, here, huh?
That's what Marie, bless her soul, kept crying in the delivery room, Mamma Mia! Mamma Mia!
This visit today, then, is about Mamma Mia's?
No, this visit is about our friendship. How much it means to me, Guido. And yet, after more than 22 years, I asked myself why. I hardly know you. Who were your parents? What part of the old country?
Oh, I came from a very old part indeed.
Now, that's the first tiny thing you ever shared about yourself, and yet even that tells me nothing. Why, I know more about your oranges and your leeks than I do about you. You know, I'm getting old. You know, I don't want to die with my last memory about you being a leek. Do you understand?
I can't understand. I know sometimes eternity is not enough time. Huh? So let's relish the moment. Look at here, Emilio, huh? Let's share a pear together. They're especially nice this season. No buts, huh? Those are patient bananas. Here, have a piece. What do you think?
Delicious.
Oh, you bet. Huh? Peak of prime, just like our friendship, Emilio.
May I have another slice?
Of the pear or the friendship?
Very hungry for both today.
Ah. Yes, the early moment for which the blushing jewel was created.
I'm well past that.
No, Emilio, the best lies I had.
What best? I buried my best. I buried Marie. It's the men that are supposed to get the heart attacks. After that, I didn't care about anything. My love was gone.
Emilio, love does not die.
I mean, why not I at least? Why live? Now I'm just a broken down old man in a nursing home that hints of death, doesn't deliver it. What best is that?
Emilio, can I speak bluntly?
You always have.
Well, then I will speak chiaramente, with no BS. Huh? Emilio, you are at war with this season of your life, huh? But do not mistake that for this season not having its sacred purpose.
And I'll speak to you in your veggie, fruit talk. I like this old wine sap in the discard bin. What's the value there?
Ah, the value of wisdom that only comes with age, Emilio. Look at here, look at this new fresh wine sap, full of the snap, exactly what is needed for a nice Waldorf salad. But this veteran beauty is exactly what is needed for a magnifico applesauce, or the cider or the vinegar that restores the vigor. So instead can no longer be. I mean, you celebrate what God uniquely calls you to be in this brownie season of life. Yes.
Cider? Vinegar?
Proceed on that, Captain.
I'll think of it.
Oh, but not too long, because seasons here, they be short.
Unlike your servants.
Oh, be off with you then, huh? Oh, wait a minute, Mary. I would know something of you, old friend. How did a guy with a first name like Emilio get a last name like Walker?
Well, it was like this, the collision of this autumn weather, the hot and the cold, the hot of my mother's Latin blood, the cool of my father's English, and voila, El Nino, yours truly, Emilio Walker. It's funny though, I've carried that name all these years. Now at the end of my life, this carries me.
Oh, Emilio Walker. You will run your best race yet.
Mabel, you home? Yeah, come in here, Lucy. Oh, hi, y'all. Oh, I've been running errands all day.
Oh, sounds like you better take a log off and have a seat.
Thanks.
In fact, you can have me help you wrap a little something for Jack and Miriam.
Oh, gosh, I forgot their anniversary and I was just at Miriam's. What is it now, like 19 years?
How about trying 20?
Wait, oh, Jill, oh my gosh, that's been that long. Do you remember the first anniversary and that surprise party that Jack arranged for Miriam?
Lucy, how can we forget? We've had it right here.
That's right. Poor as church mice those two were when they said I do. Couldn't even afford a real honeymoon. Unless, you count the one night they spent at Motel 6. Jack always joked that they could have stayed anywhere, but they wanted to see if Tom Bojack would really leave the lights on. I know he felt bad that he couldn't afford to take Miriam on the island honeymoon she'd always dreamed of.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. But too many times in life, we have too many fantasy islands just like that.
Yeah, especially for those two. Miriam's such a penny pincher. She scrimped and saved and she dropped hints for months before their anniversary. She thought Jack was listening because he'd get all quiet like, which, as you know, is what easy for Jack. And then she got her hopes up and thought something really big was coming because he got so secretive before the day got there.
Yeah, and in fact, she was so sure. She went out and bought this wide-brimmed straw hat. In fact, kind of expensive. Jack never complained. I understand he even complimented her on it. So it was a good sign for her. Well, then, to top it off, the next week, he comes home with a pair of sunglasses. Says he found them on the sidewalk. So that was another good sign.
Well, she told me later that the real clincher for her was when she was cleaning the bathroom and Jack wouldn't let her throw out an old nasty tube of suntan lotion because it might come in handy sometime soon. I mean, it was pretty clever. He told her to pack a couple bags and be ready to go at 5 o'clock that night.
Oh, yeah. Romeo picks her up at 5. Twists her all the way across town to a party right here.
I think I still have that grass skirt in my Halloween stuff. But, of course, it doesn't cover quite as much as it used to.
Hey, Lucy. It didn't cover very much then.
Well, thanks.
But you know what? Remember that night, the black and fuchsia hibiscus shirt that the fellas wore? And then we dug out this Hilo Honey ukulele record.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted to appear like wine.
Closest little Miriam got to a tropical island that night was a giant Hawaiian pizza and those double shot Mai Tais or whatever those cocktails you were mixing were.
Oh, that was especially the rum-laced guava passion fruit zingers.
Oh, we need to make those again. The real zinger was a little package that Jack pulled out of the back pocket of his tornado shorts.
Well, I think it saved the night, but I know it saved Jack for sure.
And then on bended knee, he presented it, just like he was proposing again.
Oh, and that was such tender. You know, that really got to me. And, you know, it still does.
Yeah, that beautiful cultured pearl on a gold-plated chain, and I loved that he put it in a clamshell he'd saved from Ivers. Ha! That was a nice touch.
Yeah, in a quirky sort of way.
But
But you know, it's little moments like those, strung together like your rosary beads, that make life worth living. And in fact, Lucy, to those little moments.
You know, and to those Jacks in our lives.
Come on, Miriam, would you just pick one?
Oh, Guido, I've been looking at these for a long time now. Which one? Which one?
Yes, Miriam, everything good begins with one.
Oh, all right. Well, tell me about this one then.
Ooh, Miriam, dear, what I can tell you about this.
Don't get dear on me, Guido. Just tell me about this one.
All right, huh? This is a Crenshaw. Crenshaw's ooh, an earthy, sensuous melon, huh? With a musty, ooh, a wine like a bouquet. Intoxicating, huh? Like a jasmine on a hot summer night. Ooh, in the flesh. Moist, light, succulent. Ooh, like irresistible, like Rubens' mood.
Okay, wait a
He
minute.
said nude.
What about this one right here?
Ooh, oh, Miriam, dear, this is a honeydew. Oh, what I could tell you about a honeydew.
Never mind, never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear that one. Oh, good. This one I know, right there.
Oh, Miriam, huh? For him, just an ordinary, uninspired afterthought.
That's the
Antelope.
one. Okay, take two of those.
All right, then.
All right. Thank you, Guido. Come on, Jack.
Yeah, I'll be right along, dear. Hey, Guido, quick, sell me one of those Crenshaws.
Oh, buona fortuna, Jack, huh? Good luck, buddy, huh?
Thanks, Guido.
Ooh. I feel a chill coming. Ooh. Something's happening here. This is not good. I better close up the shop. Feels like a big storm. Where did that come from? Huh? Oh, this is going to be big trouble. I better close up quick.
Oh, Guido, I'm glad you're here. Have you heard the news?
Oh, about Jenny in jail.
Oh, no, about Miriam and that two-timer Jack. He's been having an affair with Gladys Sparks. I just talked to her. She's crushed. It's just so sad.
Oh, dear God, what have I set in motion? I thought that the Crenshaw was for Miriam. How could I not have seen? Oh, boss, I once thought I was too big for this job, but now I think I'm maybe too small. Maybe this fruit stand needs a bigger angel, huh? What's that? You don't make the mistakes. And I'm a bigger angel now than when I started.
Guido, what are you talking about? Angels and Crenshaws?
Oh, Lucy, just the ramblings of a proud old fool. Learn from his humble fruits and veggies to not to meddle, to just be, well, Lucy, just to be silent and shine. Oh, Lord, I come to you at a loss in what to do. Look where my Bentley's led. Now Lupo will be fed. Perhaps the wolf is right. I am full of arrogance and pride. No different, Lord, than he. Only a matter of degree.
Well, Guido, finding your calling it like it really, truly is. You see now why he sent you here? You never really were his. Guido, don't be stupid. Face the facts. They're so loud and clear. Guido, grab the golden ring. Look, I'm here.
Guido,
is sufficient. Claim it, Guido, and be bold.
Surely, Guido, you're not persuaded by a god who sent you here. What power is there in weakness? In grace instead of fear?
What power indeed. You have free will. Choose angels, same as men. The line is drawn, the question stands, towards darkness or the light.
Guido, will you try?
Yes, Lucy, I'll try.
As your little book says, for everything there is a season. It is time for the harvest. Soul food time.
Like a roaring lion, now going about seeing whom you may devour.
Ooh, I like that line. Your little book really does have something for everything. And by the way, I am hungry.
You will go hungry here.
It is a hunter's moon, Guido.
You did not always go by the name of Wolf.
Lion, wolf, whatever. Wasn't it Shakespeare who said, a rose by any other name is just as sweet?
Sweetness is not an attribute that I recall in you.
Nor humility in you, Guido. My, how the mighty have fallen.
I'm happy with my work.
Oh, come now. God made man a little below the angels. So a setting here is already a come down. But bananas, Guido. An angel, just a little above the apes. You could have done better.
With you?
Why not? After all, as the saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans. You're marooned on my kingdom. This is my world, Guido. I won't offer you again any slot you choose.
Bananas, man!
Oh, Guido, Guido, we could have had such times together. Give the old man a run for his money.
It's you who best run, Hugo.
You think you're a match for me?
No, you would devour even me, but it's no longer I that, my power that I call on, but him who sent me.
This is my time, Guido. My kingdom! Fear for your little apes!
To hell with you, Jack.
Well, I never heard you use that word before.
You never broke my heart before.
To hell with you, Lupo!
Oh, Guido, been there, done that. But now let's just enjoy our little chit-chat. I do so miss stimulating, energetic conversation.
Miriam, can we talk?
Why now?
Because it seems like ages since we talked. I mean, really talked.
Stimulating conversation with an ape?
Oh, very good. You see, this is what I miss, Guido.
I miss you, Miriam.
Who says I want you back?
Well, no one, least of all me.
So you're saying I'm at fault here?
No, fault is talking to you. Well, me, Jack. I own my part, and it's the lion's share.
Now there's one who understands. Bright lad.
Your mom was right, you know, that writing advice about men being animals, well, me anyway. I'm not proud of that part.
Oh, why did he have to go and ruin it by saying that?
I don't know if I can ever forgive you. Her, maybe. Somehow I think that Sparks woman is even lonelier than I am.
Well, you always were the more rational of the two of us, Marion. Well, what?
I was just thinking about that dinner party, what Mabel said.
Oh, that party without any meat.
She called us rational animals.
Well, you're rational, always.
To a fault, I admit that. And you're the animal.
Well, yes, I'll admit that. Well, Miriam, maybe we're each only half. And people like words, well, they mean more when they're together.
It's reading thought, but isn't it a little late for Scrabble, Jack?
Well, maybe it's a little bit like that game.
Makes sense, Jack.
Well, maybe in life, like with words, scores are highest when they intersect.
Like scoring with Gladys.
Oh, this really does turn me on. Must be the feminine side of me. Animated conversation is my erogenous zone.
You know I called it off with Gladys.
Oh.
I don't know what possessed me.
Come now, Jack, don't insult me!
I miss you, Miriam. Can we just talk?
I'm tired and I'm hungry.
Well, then let me take you to Ivor's. Hey, we haven't been there in a long time. Acres of clams, you know.
So I'm told.
Sometimes they hold a miracle.
Of great price?
Sometimes.
Never.
Yes!
Oh, hell!
Go!
Oh, hey, hi girls. Hey, I'm so glad I found the both of you here. I could really use some wisdom of the ages.
Well, Mabel, you the old one or the wise one?
No, that's not what it meant.
Well, have a seat then, Lucy. What do you mean?
Oh, it's Oscar.
So, what's up with Mr. Sweet 16 and never been kissed?
Oh, I wish. All right, I was prepared for the terrible twos, and believe me, they were. But nobody and nothing prepared me for the terrible 2 R's. Rebellion and raging hormones. Nobody and nothing prepared me for 16.
It is an island unto itself. Hormones.
Yeah.
So is 42. Don't worry about it. My Jack owns the hormone thing. Owns the franchise, you know.
No. What Miriam is trying to say is, don't worry about it, Lucy. Hang in there. The good thing about 16 is that it gets Oscar to 20. Just get him that far.
Yeah, and the 42, and then repeat through his husband.
Jeez, seriously, Miriam, that's what scares me the most, that Oscar won't even make it to 20, let alone 42. I know there's so much negativity in the world right now. The pressures on the kids is just awful. There's guns, drive-by shootings, drugs, all the trash on the internet. God, and now we have this war going on. We have to worry about terrorists. We've been flying into the Twin Towers. Everything's just falling apart.
That seemed like a long way to 42 when you put it that way.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I was just little Miss Sunshine, skipping down the yellow brick road, thinking it's you and me, Lord against the world, and I oppose, I just, the opposition, still sorry for the opposition. I know, it's like President Bush says, bring it on. Well, now it's on. The world's pissed off. It's at my doorstep, and it's looking for my kid. I'm scared. I'm losing control of them. I don't know what to do. Now I feel helpless. And I'm reaching out to God, and I feel like I'm just clawing an empty space. Where is he?
Oh, it happens at the darkest hour, Lucy. It happened to Jesus in the Olive Garden.
Me at the mailbox.
And me at menopause. Oh, but you know, Guido reminded me that it's always darkest before the dawn. In fact, then he told me a story. Told me a story about a storm so severe that it tore at the depths of the ocean. It ripped the starfish from the rocks and tossed them up on the shore. But in contrast, there was one lonely old man that stooped painfully and picked up one starfish at a time and placed it back in the ocean.
Oh yeah, Spocker jeered.
But you know the story too?
Oh, we both know Guido.
You're kidding. All right, so finish his story.
Our story. Go ahead, Miriam.
The scoffer jeered. Why bother, old man? Don't you know 1,000 of these things are floundering up here? For every one you put back, 10 more wash up. What difference does it make? And the man bent gently down, put another starfish in, and he said, it matters to this one.
So Lucy, yes, it can be lonely. And the dark storms are going to rage. But someone very special picked us over 2,000 ago. And now we have a choice. We can stop, or we can reach out in faith and help, one by one.
And that's how the world's going to change all along. We see one little star at a time.
Oh, thanks, you guys. Damn you, Wolf. Skipped out on me. Left me to take the fall.
Buongiorno, Jenny.
Jeepers, you scared the hell out of me.
Oh, that would be nice. Oh, Jenny, kids asked me to drop this off to you. It shines in the dark. Thought you might like it here.
What's this? Where did you come from to start with?
Oh, here, there, doesn't matter.
You can get me out of this jail as easily as you seem to have gotten in. It matters.
No, Jenny, it does not.
Say, now I recognize you. You're the old dude with the produce cart. What did they bust you for? No business license? Misrepresenting organic? My attorney should be here any minute. He's reasonable, or can be. And with a small cut to me for, well, a proper intro, he can fix you right up.
Oh, I am here about a fix.
I knew it. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, Fruit Man. What'll it be?
Oh, since you asked, it's a matter of life and death.
Death. Heavy. It'll cost big for that.
Oh, then take this.
Careful! You'd be amazed at what they notice in this place. Say, this is just a lousy bag full of tomatoes.
Oh, don't knock them, vine ripened.
Warden let you bring these in?
Well, perhaps he saw no danger in a tomato.
Well, he should. There's a damn tomato girl named Dawn landed me here.
Oh, speaking of Don, fine chap trying to put his life together. He asked me to drop that off to you.
I forgive you. That's it? 3 words? I forgive you?
That's everything, Jenny.
Ha! Easy for him to say. He doesn't have to rot in this dump 10 to 20 years.
Jenny, those tomatoes can either rot in the sack or they can do some good. Same as you. Same as others at place.
You're saying some good could come out of this trash heap?
Jenny, look at this, huh? A beauty. Blossomed in a manure pile. Just like this little book. I thought you might like it to help pass the time. Read it.
Well, I'm not religious, but this is the Bible. You're saying it's a pile of manure?
Oh, big pile, huh? Centuries of men's worst foibles and sins crammed between those covers. Then he steps in, both feet, both hands, and with a cross, shaped like, well, with a shovel shaped like a cross, he cleans up our mess.
Why bother?
Why indeed? Perhaps because his heart is too big to make up for ours that is too small. And then 3 words, Jenny, and miracles happen, same then as now.
Only miracle I want happens for these prison doors to blow open.
Huh? It's all in the book there, Jenny. 3 words.
intriguing question. The pivotal question is there life before death?
Please.
No, Miriam, really, hear me out. I think as Christians, we spend so much time worrying about the future, the end time, ours and the world's, that we forget the gift of the now, the miracle of the present. God's time, our time, is now.
Okay, but what if you thought today was your last day or last now? How would you spend it?
Well, Bill, I got to take this. My last day. I'd start by saying, you know, Miriam, like a darn grain of sand, you have irritated me with your holier than thou, squeaky clean, prim and proper, stuffy ways. You know, for all those years, like the Bible says, I was eye-specking you, and I didn't see the beam in my own eye. Well, we all know about my blind spots.
Well, yeah.
That's true.
But Miriam, even with my blind spots, I still see the pearl that is you. Well, Miriam, we're kind of like that sand grain and oyster all rolled into one. Miriam, I love you. I always loved you. Miriam, we all love you. Miriam, don't cry. Miriam, damn it! Mabel, you're her best friend. What did I do?
Jack, I don't think you did anything. I think for once you said something right. Perfectly, beautifully right.
You say so. Well, I better go see about Miriam.
Check
I got her first. Those hormones, I tell you. Get you.
Oh, that's kind of weird. I hope they're okay. They were pretty uptight tonight.
Yeah, I think we can chalk it up to PMS for Maid Marian and finally coming of age to old Robin Hood there.
Jeez. Harry, you know, I think it goes deeper than that, though. But you know what? It was an interesting question, that last day one.
Well then, my raggedy maid, tell me, what would you do if you knew it was your last day?
Well, I tell you, I'd aim the stereo speakers out the front room window. I'd go put on my favorite Creedence Clearwater CD. I'd turn up the volume. Then I'd go to put on some shorts, and we'd go to the front yard and plant a tree.
You know, after all is said and done, that's as eloquent a reason as any as why I've stayed with you all these years. You know, why don't we go out there and plant two together? What do you think?
I think that's pretty neat. So, you know, we've been out to the party all night, and it's getting kind of late, and I'm kind of tired. So, Andy, or Bill, or whoever, take me home, won't you? I think
Okay, thanks for stopping by, you guys.
thanks for making you take it with
Oh,
smile.
it was so fun tonight. Bye, honey. Thanks.
Hey, Harry,
I'll
we'll
talk
see
to you
you.
later.
Nice.
Later.
Come on, sweetie.
Okay.
Avast. That leaves just you and me, Tink.
You better drive.
Well, what? I mean, hon, what would you do if it was your last night?
You sure you can?
Well, honest answer?
Yes, honest answer.
Well, shiver me timbers. I hit the fridge a-running and grabbed me a gallon of that new Starbucks Espresso double deluxe ice cream. Double the cholesterol, double the caffeine, double the calories, double everything. And then I grabbed you, my pretty, and I doubled my pleasure.
You're a devil. Don't you think you'd be better off on your knees, beating your chest, crying mea culpa, and chanting, God, forgive me for everything?
No, and now I'm being as honest with you as I've ever dared to be. If I were down to my last 7 words, they wouldn't be, God, forgive me for everything. No, I would draw the biggest last breath of my life, and I'd scream out at the top of my lungs, thank you, God. Thank you for everything.
Oh, and that's why I love you, Harry. All
Maybe I did double my pleasure.
Wow.
Amen.
You know what? I think the ice cream can wait. It can wait. What?
Come on, Lucy, let's go. Hey, what is it?
Huh.
Is it a bill?
Oh, no. Yeah, it's some kind of bill.
Well, who's it from?
It's
It can't
not,
be that bad.
it's not our bill, Harry. Look.
Oh.
Miriam must have dropped it. The mailbox. It makes sense now. Look. It's from the oncology at St. Francis Hospital. Harry, Miriam has cancer.
Oh, Enrica, in the big O, huh? Oh, it's so good to see you, huh? One season in your life is over and another begins. Off you're off to collect you.
Yep, business school. Time to learn a little more about investing those lands.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, huh? Imagine finishing high school in 2 years, huh? Accelerated program. Oh, boy. You know, and the boss, he's a proud of you, too.
I'll never forget about God, Guido. You taught me that. I'll never forget.
Oh, and I'll never forget about the spiders to scare the boys, huh? You taught me that, huh?
Better put that.
Oh, better. Huh. So, Oscar, you and Henrika have become good friends.
Best of friends. Next
Oh.
to you, that is.
That's good, huh? That, because the Oscars and the Henrikas need each other for life's journeys, huh?
Oscar, after all these years, you owe me a milkshake. Make it chocolate.
You called it.
Well,
Well...
a hug then, and a God bless. But wait a minute here, huh? Look what I have. Oh, you each take a big bag, huh? Good for the eyes, so you can read those big books, huh? See you now, huh? Good kids.
Guido, I see you're still handing out hugs and God food. Was that a young Enrico growing up?
Oh, yeah, son. Here he is. Sam and Mac, so good to see you. You've stayed away too long.
Well, they got me pushing papers now down at the 13th district, and Mac here is shaping up the new rookies down at the south end of town.
Oh, that's good. So you chose today to come by and pay a social call to the old Guido?
To tell him the truth, Guido. To tell you the truth, it's not the social call we're on.
Oh?
We wanted to come by and tell you ourselves, old friend.
Tell me what?
About Ginger. We knew you were real close.
Yeah, no two could laugh and argue and dicker in front of the whole neighborhood about bananas and cilantro and God and who knows what else the way you two did. Not being close up. I'm sorry, Guido.
So, she's passed on then, my little sunflower? How did she die?
Doing what she loved, Guido. When it came down to it, Doc says she went real fast. An aneurysm after a fit of coughing, while digging up the last of her tomato plants.
It seems she had buried cash. A lot of cash, all over the yard, in a Ziploc freezer bags, wrapped in duct tape, and then stuffed inside Bugle Boy tobacco tins. There was one tin under each tomato plant, and in one of the tins there was a note, and it read, "Inside this tin, you'll find a small penance for my past contents, and what I let it do to me."
Ginger, how are you going to shine at God's heaven?
People do the strangest things.
Well, it seems she had a premonition that the end was near. She had a new will drafted last month. It's a bit peculiar, but well, knowing Ginger, it's signed and sealed, notarized. It's legit. We checked. But here's what it read. If you're reading this,
Gabe's giving me my toot, and I'm croaked. God owns the farm now, the whole enchilada. Oh, we don't know what I mean. In case I didn't get to them all, dig up under my tomatoes. Give what you find there to Bugle Boy's bro, Guido. He'll make sweet music with it. Oh, and tell him his old sunflower will be listening. And tell him to tell Miriam I'll miss the moonin'. She gotta try it sometime.
Already?
What was that? Oh, never mind. Signed, Ginger. Well, here's the work, Guido. I hope you can understand the note, but she left a lot of cash and bonds over the years, or she got a lot of cash and bonds over the years, and, well, I guess she's given them to you. I'm really sorry about the Ginger, though, Guido. Real sorry.
Well, thank you for coming in person, huh? But wait, don't run off, huh? I want you to take something to the ladies and the guys in the detachment. I'll bring us some sunshine in a good day.
Sure. Thanks, Guido.
Thank you, Guido.
Sorry.
Thank you. Oh, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, huh?
noisy Ford? No, he drove a Toyota pickup.
You know, I never saw him drive. He drove well?
Hell? No. He was always trying to drive me towards heaven. I didn't appreciate it, and I told him so one night over a game of pool. He chopped his cue and said, "Jenny, I play long shots, and you're headed for heaven's side pocket." Then, blam, he sinks the 8-ball.
Oh, pocket treasures for yourself in heaven, huh? Where neither the rust consumes or the moth destroys. Oh, Emilio, my friend, who learned the walker, who learned how to run. No, he learned how to fly. Oh, thank you, Emilio. I now know so much more about you than your sausages or your chops.
What say? Who hops?
My heart hops, I'll tell you, for Emilio, for you.
Oh.
Oh.
Must be your onions getting to me.
It's okay to cry, Jenny. No, it's more than okay. It's a holy thing, a magnifico thing. Huh? Jesus cried for Lazarus. I cried for Ginger, for Maria Emilio and Sam.
You're right, Guido. Not fair to blame the onions. I was there by Emilio's bedside when he died, you know.
Oh, I know, that was good.
Good? Funny. That's the day he died, on Good Friday, right before Easter. Imagine calling it good.
Oh, I know. I always wonder why they didn't call it Besta Friday, huh? Because they're never going to be any better.
What say? What about a letter?
Good Friday, huh? God's a love letter to us.
Fuss? No, not like I used to. I read your book. Oh, I lost Dawn, but I saved just 3 words. I forgive you. They were his words too, weren't they?
Yes, huh? Right before he died, he said, "And I forgive you for everybody."
Emilio was pretty well sedated, but he woke up for a minute, right near the end. I think he sensed my hand holding his. His eyes opened, focused. "My dear friend, the ex-con," he said, "I've been thinking." Imagine that. He's been out of it for days, and he says, "I've been thinking."
What could he be thinking, huh?
That's just what I asked him, but he was too weak to talk above a whisper. He wanted a sip of water, and I held the glass for him, just a couple of little sips. It was hard for him to swallow.
Oh, you did a good thing, Jenny.
A sip of water? A squeeze to his hand? Not enough.
Oh, no, exactly enough. It says so in our book.
How'd he look? Not good. I could tell that he was slipping off, but he wanted to say something. I put my left ear close to his mouth. You may not have noticed, but I don't hear so well out of the other ear.
Oh, no. You hear just fine, huh? Because you've learned to listen here.
Ear? No. He was sober as a judge. He said, "Jenny, it's important. Go see Guido." I'm not sure about the rest. I think he was a little delirious, and like I say, I don't hear so well.
But what do you think you heard, Jenny?
It don't make no sense at all. It sounded like, "Ask Guido about applesauce." He put his hand up to my forehead. Made an old hellraiser like me feel like I was getting blessed. Imagine that. Then his hand got all cold-like and sort of just slipped off, and he was gone.
Oh, wait a minute, right? I know what to do here, Jenny. Jenny, huh? What do you know about the wine saps?
Oh, look, girl, it's snowing. Isn't it beautiful how it covers so much that isn't?
Just like God's grace. And come on in, Jack. Let yourself in.
How'd you know it was me?
Well, the fellas just left for the store. So, it either had to be you or Santa Claus. Mrs. Claus is already here. Anyway, Jack, the boys will be back shortly. So, why don't you take a load off and have a seat? And, hey, Lucy,
behind the glasses. I think that's where you're gonna find it. Give me a double shot of Bill's tonic. That would brace me against the icy chill. Perfect. I'd give it a 10.
Well, that's what I'd give the story in today's paper. Here, check out page 17.
You got my glasses. Oh, and the obituaries?
No, left-hand column, near the bottom.
Oh, wait. Say in the obit, say we knew all that old gal. Ginger something or other?
What? That hippie gal that used to grow the great tomatoes?
Oh, you know, I wish I could grow tomatoes like she can. I can't get one to grow here to save my soul. Miriam, you've been doing pretty good, though.
Yeah?
You know, I wonder what her secret was. Yes.
Believe me, you don't want to know.
You okay now?
Okay, now read this, the one near the bottom, in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, it's a special little Christmas piece. It says, Ghost of Christmas Past warms heart today. Seems she had some cash and government bonds stashed away. Hey, she left them in Mr. Guido's care. The bonds have matured and the money's been used to open a home for battered women and homeless mothers. We're having a ribbon cutting ceremony on Christmas Eve. Hey, the shelter, it's going to be called Garden of Weed number 2.
Garden of Weeds, strange name for a shelter, but that was an old crazy woman, I tell you.
Oh, but boy, could she grow the tomatoes.